Hello and welcome to a little art video. Today I'm going to be filling my sketchbook with some sketches. I decided to start with my comfort sketches, which are drawing dresses off of Pinterest. If I'm ever in an art block or if I just need to relax, I'll definitely draw some fun dresses because they're super floofy and they're so fun to just kind of do all the little curves and stuff, like the fabric and all the folds. And they're not usually too complicated, and mine don't always look the best, but you can tell that they're supposed to be dresses, so that's good. So that's what I'm doing here. I absolutely adore drawing this sort of stuff. I have shorts and TikToks of me drawing other dresses. If you want to go check that out, it'll be linked down below. But I'm going in with my blue ballpoint pen. I usually draw dresses in my black ballpoint pen, but this is just a random one I took from school 4 years ago. And I haven't run out of ink on it yet, and so I'm starting with this blue one. And honestly, the best art supplies I have are art supplies that I stole. I stole multiple pens, 7 from a random office. I don't work there, I just stole pens from there. And honestly, free pens, great pens. And I love sketching with the ballpoint because it's really freeing. And I don't feel a lot of constraint. And I feel that's really what I'm doing in this sketch, is just kind of sketching for fun, not having a lot of tethers to how good it's going to turn out. It's just, let's make something, let's have fun with it. And I've been focusing more on my sketchbook, because my sketchbook's not finished artworks. I've been focusing more on just sketching for fun, having fun creating, making a mess, not really caring about the end product, caring more about the fun that I had in the journey going there. Now, I first drew this giant, fancy, fluffy dress, and then I'm moving on to this smaller dress I found. It had this really cute, cropped opening in the middle, and I really want a dress like that. I feel that would be super cute, super fun. It was white, and I hadn't been shading the skin colors because I just was being lazy, but I had to shade the skin for this one. And because the dress is white and it all just looked the exact same, and it didn't turn out the best. It's not a amazing artwork, but it was super fun to create. I am completely messing up this poor girl's shoulders because I made her really broad shouldered for a hot second, but then again I'm meh, I don't really care. I mean, some people have really broad shoulders, and as I look through Pinterest, it's a lot of the same kind of body types, which I'm not really portraying better with my wacky proportions in this sketch, but I'm going to try to focus on more diversifying my feed so I can experiment with and draw different types of people and different types of different body types. I appear to have stopped drawing now for a second. I think I was filming something for a TikTok. Again, if you want to check it out, down in the description below. And then I moved on to this dress. It had this super cool off the shoulder sort of vibe. I really love it. I love off the shoulder. I love anything fun with necklines or fun with sleeves. Personally, in my opinion, I love to wear dresses with giant floofy sleeves. It's some of my favorite types to wear. I wore this dress to this year's New Year's. It had the biggest sleeves ever. It was amazing. I felt like a princess. So I just love to find fun sleeves. The dress up at the top left, the big ball gown, has no sleeves at all. It has that kind of neckline where it goes up in the corners. And honestly, I've never really liked that. I was watching Say Yes to the Dress, and somebody had a neckline like that, sort of kind of up in the thing. I'm so sorry if you can hear background noise. They had a neckline like that, and I was I feel that it would have just been so much better if the neckline was a little different, because it was such a pretty dress anyway. But honestly, who am I to judge somebody's wedding dress? If they love it, I should love it, right? But that neckline just didn't do it for me. And then this dress, it was kind of off the shoulder there, and then the person wearing it had her leg forward, but I just wasn't really in the mood to draw a whole lot of detail, so I kind of did it with the wrinkles and stuff that I did. But Honestly, not that much. I just kind of vibed. So I'm just gonna tell a little bit about myself because this is my first like YouTube video on this channel. I've done a few shorts. I've created a few videos on TikTok and Instagram. If you want to go follow me there, they're both Little Roses Designs, except they both have underscores in them, and my YouTube doesn't. Don't know why, but I'm thinking about starting an Etsy shop. I have some great sticker ideas that I really want to put into practice. So when that comes up, I'll definitely share that. But I'm getting close to being able to launch that. This is not the quality of most of my art. This is kind of just a blah sketch, having like fun with it. So a lot of it can look better than this. A little bit more about like what I'm doing here on this channel. I'm just having fun making art, having a fun time. Sometimes not taking it so seriously like now, and then other times creating stuff that I really love and that I really like put a lot of thought and energy into. So now I'm drawing another dress with a super fun neckline. This was very similar. As you can see, I'm flipping back to an earlier sketch. This is very similar to a dress that I've drawn earlier, except it's just longer, more of kind of like a flow out. The other one was very fitted around the legs, and this one also has like long sleeves and stuff. So very similar, but a little bit different, and I didn't realize until I had already started drawing it. So I guess I might just be attracted to the same like type of sleeves, the kind of that go off the shoulder. It's like a little crisscross, and it has like buttons down the front. Both of them do. And so I was like, that's weird. But I was like, after this dress, I get a little bit tired of drawing dresses, and I'm like, I could just keep drawing them, but then again, I don't really want to force myself to do that. That seems like a lot. I don't want to like force myself to create pleasure art, because drawing Pinterest dresses for me is something that I do for fun, and I don't want to continue to force myself just to fill up a page in my sketchbook with dresses. Like, I know it's more of a concise theme and stuff. So after this, I just kind of I like to do little shapes and stuff, and I went in with Posca pins and made little designs. So after I finished this. Oh, and I have not been drawing any faces, because faces, they're not always that fun. Like, I can have fun with faces, but I also don't want to put like a ton of effort into it when I'm just relaxing and having fun, which I sometimes feel like I can get carried away with trying to make my art look way too perfect, like spending too long on it, especially if I'm doing it I do art in school. So if I'm doing it for school, I can spend like 15 hours on something that reasonably should take me 3 or 4, and I'm trying to break free of that and just being okay with it not looking great, but just having fun making it, and like reigniting my love for the process and not just the end result. And so here I'm going in making some random shapes with Posca pin, just like random organic shapes. My Posca pins are kind of old, so they've been dying on me recently. I have a couple videos of them not working the way that they should, not doing stuff correctly, and then I took them outside the other day and drew them on a very like dusty balcony, and so now there's dust all over the tips, and that's honestly my fault. But I'm gonna blame that my Posca pins are old, because I don't want to take responsibility at the moment. But that sounded so terrible. I'm so sorry. That did not sound good. It's just like, I don't want to take responsibility for it. And then I went in with this peach Posca, and I did those like wavy designs. I've just been doing them a lot for fun. I don't know, they're really fun for me to do. And then I realized that it kind of looked like that girl had been decapitated by the way I placed the designs, and I was like, that's not great. Headless horseman who? Headless horse woman in a dress. But no, she has not been decapitated. Well, I guess they all have technically been decapitated, but whatever. So I just added these little designs. Oh, and then after this, I was like, what should I draw? And I'm like, flowers. Well, no. First, I do polka dots, because I was like, what else do you need polka dots? So I get out my hot pink Posca pen, which is one of the ones that has suffered the most in the battle against the dusty balcony. So I just go in with polka dots. It doesn't look too bad, and then I don't wait for the blue one to dry, so it gets kind of purple. This is probably why my Posca pens are not doing well. It's because I'm impatient and go over wet things, and then they get old. So that honestly, it's my fault. It's my fault, but So after this, I was like, what should I do? And I decide to sketch a flower because flowers, my username is Little Roses Designs. I love to draw flowers. It's another one of my comfort draws. Like if I don't know what to draw, I put flowers there. And on a lot of my artworks, if I have an empty space and I can put flowers there, I will. That's just how it goes. So I originally was like gonna draw it with a pin. I think I looked back at an old flower because I was gonna do it similar to that one. And then like I started doing it and I was like, oh shoot, I did the under thing with pencil because it kind of smeared. So I looked back. I couldn't there's a bit of a sketchbook tour. So I look back, I start doing it with pencil, and I was like, do you know what I want to do? This is going to look like it was an accident when we get to it, but I decided to color it in with my Ohuhu markers, but I just wanted it to smear everywhere. So it's going to look like poop. It's going to, not like bad, it's literally going to look like poop when I finally color it in. But first I draw it with this, and I looked at this reference. It wasn't my favorite reference. It wasn't the pristine flower of my dreams, but I was like, fine, whatever. So I added some petals. It doesn't really look like the reference at all because I could have picked a better reference if I wanted one, but sometimes it's like, we're just vibing. So I drew this. It's literally atrocious at the moment, and it's gonna go worse and get worse and worse for a while. I don't even know if it gets better in the end, but I don't care, and this is really the point. So I go in with this yellow thing, and I'm like, yes, smear it everywhere. Isn't it great? So now it looks disgusting. And so then I like drag my yellow to get the like lead stuff off, and then I go in with a darker color. I think either it's a dark yellow or an orange to kind of do shadows, even though it's already tons of shadows because the graphite has smeared literally everywhere. So that was my thought process behind doing this flower right here. And then I went in with Micron pen because I don't know, I thought that like that's what I did the last time, and I feel like it helps define it and bring out the definition a bit. So, and you can see that my desk is getting progressively more messy as we go on. Like, and the ring light is reflected in it because my desk isn't very suitable for doing YouTube because everything reflects in it. But I'm not gonna go out and buy a whole new desk because that desk is pretty pricey for a desk, not gonna lie. Like, I don't know why, but it does have a glass on top so I don't spill stuff on it and ruin it. I may or may not already have done that, but not on the top at least because there's glass over it, but on the sides there's a little bit of So I'm going in with Micron. You can't really see it, but I'm starting to define the edges of this flower. It's not gonna look great in the end because I literally made it look like poop in the beginning, and there's only so much you can do. But honestly, some of my favorite artworks have been when I completely ruined it and then made it better. Like I was trying to print something one time. No, I was printing something, yeah. And I literally just slammed so much ink on this thing that it was like basically a solid sheet of purple, which is my favorite color, by the way, so I wasn't too mad about it. But then actually it ended up turning out like really great, even though I accidentally spilled like tons of purple ink on this. But if you spill purple, it's really never a problem because purple is the number one color that exists. Is there any purple in this drawing for me to prove how much I like purple? No, but I love it. Everything should be purple. Pink is fine, but I did pink and blue, so that's basically purple. And then I went in with my white pen. I don't even know what it is. It's sticky, that's all I know. And I colored in like the highlights in quotes. It's not really highlights. I just kind of scratched stuff. I was like, and then I did the stem. I didn't do the same really, well, I did the same technique, but it didn't smear as much as I would want it to. And so then that's the end of this flower, or no, it's not. I highlight the stem. And then I go in, this flower kind of reminded me of doodle art. I don't know if you remember, like, when doodle art was a big thing, and I'm thinking about doing a video on it. So I just kind of do some, like, blobby things, and then that looked wrong, so I decided to fix it. So I decided to do some blobby things, because I was gonna doodle inside them, but after I finished making them, I decided it looked like a pink cow, like a strawberry milk cow. And those are, I haven't had strawberry milk in like 14 years, but I decided that it looked like a cow, so I was going to draw a really circular fat cow. Like, not a good looking cow, just like one of those like random things. So there's the body, and then I do the little spots and stuff with this pen that I stole. Again, best pen ever, or the ones that you steal. It kind of looked like a lion in the end because I don't know what a cow's tail looks like. I mean, maybe I should, but I don't know why I would know that. And then I just said moo, and it got really small, like he was like mooing for forever. You can't really see that it says moo because my handwriting is absolute trash, but that's what it does say. And then I decided to shade in the spots for God knows what reason. I don't know why I did it, but I shaded in like the side of them like that, like just kind of hash mark them because I wanted to. And then I did like the white on the other side. Like, I don't know, I guess it's shading, but they're not three-dimensional, so I don't even really know what the point of this was. Like, it doesn't look right. But we're coming towards the end. I just do some like random Posca scribbles in between them in this like light blue color. But that's basically it. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out the description for all my other socials, and see you next time. Bye!